Gene Hackman's sudden and mysterious death has left Hollywood and the world in shock. A man who spent decades playing tough, no-nonsense characters on screen has now found himself at the center of a real-life mystery, one with more questions. Before we get into the latest findings, make sure to subscribe if you want to stay updated on breaking stories like this. The details we're about to discuss could change everything we thought we knew about Gene Hackman's final days. Now, let's get into what the FBI has just uncovered inside his mansion, and why it's leaving people stunned. From the very beginning, something felt off about the official timeline of Gene Hackman's death. Authorities now say he and his wife could have been dead for up to 9 days before their bodies were found. But if that's true, why didn't anyone notice sooner? Gene was a private man, yes, but he wasn't completely isolated. Friends, neighbors, even delivery workers all reported no signs of life at the house for over a week. But here's where it gets really strange. His dogs were perfectly fine. No signs of distress, hunger, or dehydration. If Gene and Betsy had passed away suddenly, wouldn't the dogs have been affected? The house was in pristine condition. No overturned furniture, no broken glass, no signs of a struggle. It was as if they had just gone to sleep and never woken up. No distress calls. There were no 911 calls from either Gene or Betsy. No attempts to reach out for help. Was it really a simple medical emergency? Or is there something else going on behind the scenes? Perhaps the biggest twist in this case came when the FBI conducted a full-scale search of Hackman's $4 million mansion. Now, this isn't normal. When a celebrity passes away at home, local authorities usually handle it. So why did federal agents get involved? Here's what we know so far. Agents spent hours combing through Hackman's private office. Sources say they removed multiple boxes of documents, but their contents remain classified. A hidden compartment was found behind a bookshelf. Inside, unidentified artifacts and old photographs that have left investigators scratching their heads. Security footage from the house was missing. Hackman's home had state-of-the-art surveillance, but the recordings from the week of his death are gone. Was this just a coincidence? Or was someone trying to erase evidence of what really happened? Another layer to this mystery is Gene Hackman's fortune. His net worth was estimated to be around $80 million, and now that he and Betsy are gone, the question remains, who gets the money? Hackman had 3 children from his first marriage, but reports suggest his will may have been altered in recent years. The key questions are, was there a dispute over inheritance? Could tensions within the family have played a role in these tragic events? Did Gene leave secret assets behind? The FBI's focus on financial records has led some to believe there may have been offshore accounts or hidden wealth. Could this have been a targeted act? A fight over an estate this large can bring out unexpected enemies, even within one's own family. Right now, attorneys for Hackman's estate are refusing to comment, but we expect more details in the coming weeks. In a rare move, the Santa Fe Sheriff's Office is set to hold a press conference tomorrow. They've announced they'll be releasing body cam footage from the scene. This could answer a lot of questions, or create even more. Some theories suggest the footage may reveal the actual condition of the bodies when they were found, whether there were signs of foul play, any missing details that the public hasn't been told. Authorities have already warned that some parts of the footage may be censored. That alone raises suspicions. What are they trying to hide? As more information comes out, people are struggling to make sense of the case. Here are some of the most talked about theories. Some speculate that an unseen gas leak could have caused both deaths silently. However, officials found no leaks in the house, so this theory is starting to lose credibility. At 94, Gene was at risk for heart complications. Could he have suffered a fatal heart attack and Betsy followed shortly after due to grief? But if so, why did it take so long for anyone to notice? The missing security footage, the FBI involvement, the hidden compartment in Hackman's office. All of these point to something much bigger. The biggest question remains, did someone have a reason to silence Gene Hackman? The last major piece of this case will come from the toxicology results. Authorities have already said this will take months, but when they're finally released, we'll know. Were there any unusual substances in their systems? Could they have been poisoned? Were there any medical conditions that had gone undiagnosed? Right now, everything is speculation. But one thing is clear. This case isn't as simple as it seems. So where do we go from here? The press conference tomorrow could change everything. The inheritance battle may reveal new secrets. The FBI's involvement could indicate something much bigger than anyone realizes. For now, we wait. But this story is far from over. As investigators sift through evidence, several major questions remain unanswered. These aren't minor details. They could completely shift our understanding of what really happened inside Gene Hackman's Santa Fe home. Hackman was 94, and while he had slowed down in recent years, he was still mentally sharp. If he or Betsy were in distress, why didn't either of them call 911? Their phones were found untouched with no outgoing emergency calls. Betsy was known to be cautious and proactive, yet she also made no attempt to seek help. The lack of any distress signal suggests something sudden and incapacitating happened to both of them at the same time. Could this mean an outside force was involved? Another baffling aspect is the uncertainty about when they actually died. The autopsy confirmed Gene died on February 17th, 9 days before their bodies were discovered. But when did Betsy pass away? Was it the same day, or did she survive for some time afterward? If she did, why didn't she alert anyone? Did she not realize Gene was gone? The exact timeline of their deaths is still unclear, and this could be the key to unlocking what truly happened. One of the most suspicious details is that all security footage from Hackman's estate is missing. The house was equipped with a high-end surveillance system, yet there are no recordings from the week of his death. Investigators say the system was either disabled or wiped clean. If this was a natural death, why would someone erase the footage? This is leading some to believe that someone may have been in the house, and whoever it was didn't want to be seen. Most celebrity deaths are handled by local authorities, but this time the FBI stepped in almost immediately. This raises a huge red flag, because the FBI only gets involved in cases of federal crimes, such as foul play across state lines, national security concerns, criminal conspiracy. So what exactly did they find that warranted their involvement? One source close to the investigation claims that the FBI is looking into financial records and possible offshore accounts linked to Hackman. Could he have been involved in something bigger than we ever realized? Another angle suggests they're analyzing the strange items found in his hidden office compartment. Could these be linked to an old case, or something Hackman was involved in decades ago? Right now, the FBI isn't saying much, and that silence only adds to the mystery. With the upcoming press conference, potential new evidence, and unanswered questions, this case is far from closed. The toxicology results could provide the missing link. The missing security footage may eventually surface, and the FBI's final report might confirm whether this was just a tragic accident or something far darker. Until then, all we can do is wait. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because as more details emerge, this story could take an even more shocking turn.